Ba-ba-bum! Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hannah and today I'm here with my friend Jess from Love and London. What is Love and London? What do you do?
So it's a YouTube channel where you can learn all about visiting London. So if you're planning to come to London, I have tons of tips and recommendations for what to do.
And as an American, I feel like you know more about London than I do. Like, how long have you lived here?
For almost 6 years
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah.
So more than me, so I think that's fair. But if you need advice and tips on like the general visiting London, like tourist stuff, really useful, but then also like
The more local.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
of that stuff, which even after living here for 5 years, when people are like, oh, let's go for dinner somewhere, I'm like, I don't know where. It's really bad.
No, that's okay. I think it's one of those things where when you're in a new place, because it still feels quite new to me, that I'm always just exploring. But all my other British friends always text me for dinner recommendations too, so it's okay.
Yeah. I thought to follow up on some videos that I've done recently about free date ideas and then date ideas you can do at home, I thought we'd combine the dating content with Jess's knowledge base and we'd do some date ideas for London. Number 1 is Hyde Park, or any park.
Any park really, but Hyde Park's a good one because it's very central and it's the most famous, so everyone always loves it. I think parks are really nice for dates because you can just walk around and it's free, obviously, to just walk around, or you can go and do activities like Hyde Park has those, you guys call them pedalos, don't
Yeah,
you?
the boats.
rowboats. Yeah.
I've actually had a date
Did
on
you?
a Pebble in Hyde Park. It was so good.
Yeah,
We hired bikes and just like cycled around, and it was such a beautiful day. And then we were like, let's get on a pedalo, like as a spontaneous decision.
I
It
think
is
that's nice.
kind of pricey, but
Yeah.
the actual
still-
park is free. So
Yeah, exactly. So you can choose what you want to do, and if you on a whim, you can hop in a boat or something. I think the bikes are a really good thing though, to do as well, because you can get the Santander bikes and you can just rent them for like a half hour, but the park's huge, so you can actually see a lot more on the bikes.
And you mentioned that there's a rose garden in Hyde Park as well, which I had no idea.
Yes, there's a rose garden, and it's the roses are only in bloom around May, but there's still other flowers a lot of the rest of the year, and also you sometimes can spot really pretty little birds around it. It's very romantic.
Very romantic.
And free to visit. So.
Yeah, of course. Number 2 is the Wallace collection. So in my free date ideas video, I talked a lot about museums, and London is very famous for its museums, and they're all free, mostly free, I think. But if you want to break out of the mold, like the Tate, the V&A, Natural History, like all of those, and you want to kind of impress someone and take them to another free museum, but kind of hidden away and a bit quirky, the Wallace collection. It's just this one guy, and it's his own personal collection that he's gone, here you go, British public, have it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it was 1897. Him and his wife were just gifted it to the British public, like you said, and so it's actually been there for a really long time. But I don't think a lot of people know about that place.
Yeah.
very
So
much.
I found it because I stumbled across it on a treasure hunt. If you want to do a treasure hunt as a date, that's an entirely different thing. Hidden City.
Ooh.
Ooh, so good. So we just stumbled across it, and it is this house, and you go from room to room, and each room is a different color, and there's just eclectic furniture and ornaments and paintings. It's so weird. Okay, so we need to talk about this painting for a hot second. It is called The Swing, and it shows this woman on a swing, and behind her, her husband is pushing her. However, in the foreground, there is a man hiding in the bushes, looking upwards, and he can see up her skirt, and that man is her lover. And so obviously, I love this painting, but the other reason I was drawn to this painting, other than the display of female sexuality, was because I recognized it from the Disney film Frozen. It is in the scene during the song For the First Time in Forever. Princess Anna is running around the room with all of the paintings in their palace, and this is one of them. And so obviously I got my phone out and had to show Jess this scene because she hadn't seen Frozen. Oh my god. But it turns out that Disney had removed the lover man in the bushes. So he does not exist in the depiction of this painting in Frozen. And I just needed you all to know that.
As we said, that's another free one. Mm-hmm. So it's a little off the beaten path, free, and I think that's a good one to impress somebody.
Definitely.
Number 3 is Lancaster Court. So this is right by Marble Arch Station, and if you don't know it's there, you wouldn't know it's there.
I had no idea.
It's very hidden away. I think I stumbled across things. That's how I found it. I think I stumbled across it. But it's this little alleyway and a little courtyard that has a couple of really beautiful restaurants and cafes. But it's just very quaint looking. They usually have some really nice lights that are scattered around.
So if you also want to Instagram your date.
Yes, exactly. It's very Instagram-y too. But it's very intimate. So it's especially when you're right by Oxford Street, which is usually so busy.
Mm-hmm. There are quite a lot of places, like if you just leave Oxford Street, like in either direction, suddenly like, wait, it's quiet now.
It's so much quieter. One block in the other direction, it's so much quieter. Yeah, and there's also, if during your date you find out that you guys are both into music, the Handel and Hendrix Museum.
Ooh.
Right there, which it is ticketed. I think it's £10 a ticket. But what they have is half of the museum is set up as you learn about, I think his name's Hendrik Handel, the classical musician. And they have like his house set up because the reason that this museum is there is because both Handel and Jimi Hendrix lived in the same place.
Oh.
So half of it is very looks like it's from the 1700s and there's lots of history and stuff. And then half of it is set up like how Jimi Hendrix had the place set up. It's very interesting.
That sounds cool. And I think so many people choose to go on coffee or drink dates because it's not very committal and it's very easy. So if you want to have that kind of date but somewhere slightly more interesting, then maybe Lancashire Court is for you. And number 4, speaking of slightly more interesting place to go get a drink, Drink Shop Do. I think I've spoken about this in a video before, but this place is just so good. They have crafting activities and stuff planned, but even if you're there on a day where they don't have anything going on, their cocktails are really great and they have board games.
Yeah, the board games. That's really fun because Cocktails are pretty standard for a date, but sometimes you're kind of sat there and just trying to think of what to say. But if you're playing like Monopoly or something, it's a bit more interesting and fun.
Having an activity on a date takes off the pressure, because rather than having to like talk about yourself or talk about the other person, you're talking about the thing that you're doing together.
Yes,
which
exactly.
Makes it a lot easier. And Drink Shop Do is right by King's Cross, so super easy to get to as well.
Number 5 is the Sunday Film Club at Ferndale Hotels. So Ferndale Hotels are this beautiful boutique hotel chain in London, and they have a couple places in New York. And the hotels are so beautiful, but 2 of them have luxury cinemas in them. So
I think I went to a film screening. Wow. I think I went to a film screening at the Soho one, and the chairs, seriously,
so
if you get a
comfortable.
chance to see a film there. Also, this is like the more pricey range of dates, this one.
yeah, so this is maybe someone you've been seeing for a while, and you're ready to step it up a little bit and go really fancy. But it's actually, considering what you get, it's super affordable. So I think it's for £45 a person. You get a ticket to the film, and you're sitting in this really nice luxury cinema. The seats are so comfortable, like you said, definitely.
They have a little side table where you can put your drink and everything.
You can upgrade to get a glass of champagne during the film as well.
There you go.
Very fancy. But it also includes a 3-course lunch or dinner or afternoon tea at the hotel's restaurant, which the restaurants at Ferndale Hotels are really, really good. So that's actually, considering a 3-course meal and a movie, that's a pretty good offering. And it's the restaurants are also really nice. So if you want to make it a special occasion even, then this is like, you'll definitely be impressing going
Damn,
home.
I want to do this one.
So you went to the Soho Hotel, you said, right?
Yes.
It's a hard one to say. Soho Hotel.
Hotel.
And the other one that also has it is the Charlotte Street Hotel.
Yeah, that's definitely one that I want to do. But I feel like it would have to be a special occasion or something.
Yeah. It's also good for the winter because everything's inside, so.
Yes. So yeah, those are our 5 date ideas for London. Do let us know what you think of them in the comments. If you have any ideas and suggestions of your own, we'd love to hear them. Also, we have done a video on Jess's Love and London YouTube channel where we're going to be taking you around some Shepherd's Bush spots.
Yes, it's going to be your guide to Shepherd's Bush.
My guide.
Which
Yeah.
I'm very excited because I don't know that area very well. So.
I lived in that area for 2 years. So
Amazing.
I have some knowledge.
Amazing.
Despite the fact that I just went to the same pub over and over again, which will feature.
Yes, yeah. It's a good pub. So.
Yeah, it is a great pub. Yeah, so make sure to subscribe to Jess and Love and London, and subscribe and hit that notification bell and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.